What is going on? What is going on, entertainment? So today I'm coming to y'all with another recap. We talking conspiracies of a Crip. Okay. Before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let me know what you guys think about this video. So we're recapping the Jason Lee and a little bit of the No Jumper interview with Jaidyn Alexis and Blueface. Okay. So let's start off with Jason Lee interview. So Jason Lee's interview, 3 hours long. We did get some good info out of it. I will say that. But I wish so much time wasn't spent on talking about Chrisean. Because, of course, Blueface is going to tell us his side of the story. He's not going to tell the whole truth. He's going to tell what makes him look appealing. Chrisean will do the same. What's going to make her look appealing? It's never going to be the whole truth. And it's only right I wore blue, too, to, represent the Crips in them. All right, so first, Jason starts talking about like their earlier life. If you guys don't know, they met at a high school. That's where they kind of met at a high school gym. So he came in there, he was playing football. He's like, "Oh, you caught that? I got it." So immediately after a homegirl put her on and was like, "Hey, there's a new guy at our school. He plays football, and he's a Crip." So she was hooked ever since. They started flirting. Next thing you know, he took her out on dates, so on and so forth. The rest was history. All right. Jaidyn says she never grew around her Mexican heritage. So that's kind of an excuse as to why she should be able to say the N-word. To be honest, I don't agree that she should be able to say the N-word, but that's just my opinion. But she feels as if everybody just thinks that she's just like a Mexican. Like they just automatically assume she's just a Mexican B-word that is just, saying the N-word frivolously and she has no black in her family. Apparently she does have black in her family, which we get later on into, okay? Jason Lee basically gives her props about how she's likable so far. Like she being around her for the little bit of time that he was, that she's very, very likable. Jaidyn to me faltered where, in my opinion, she could have persuaded the public to like her a lot sooner than they are now. Because now everybody's singing motherfucker. Everybody's saying that now. But you could have had everybody saying motherfucker earlier than what you did, to be honest. Because she kind of stayed quiet a lot when her name was getting dragged through the mud. They was calling her Stewie, all types of ugly, and she kind of just sat quiet. And it's kind of like, I wouldn't have been able to do that because you would have had me messed up. Jaidyn says she didn't give the jaws up easily, though, okay? She says that it took a little bit of time for Blueface to, get the panties and bra off of her body. And that's when they did the deal, okay? Blueface basically says the reason why he always feels like he needs a female to basically feed him, clean him, take care of all of his needs. So he always is, I guess, handicapped a little bit because he feels as if a woman always has to be like on his side, on his beck and call to do what, he needs them to do, right? Now, Jason Lee, I don't believe you dating a Crip. I'm gonna have to see the pictures. I'm gonna have to see the blue bandana because I don't believe it. The amount of times he can, because I'm fucking this Crip, and then like the Crip be bending me over, and like I be sucking on this Crip. I'm like, okay, we get it. You're dating a Crip. Got it. Noted, Jason Lee. Like, okay, how much more times he gonna have to let a nigga know? Like, oh my god, like he said it like it was an accomplishment. Like that needs to go in the gay museum. Okay, that needs to be on the cover post of Gay Magazine on Instagram. Like Jason Lee is dating a Crip. Like we get it. Good job. I know the D is good the way you talking about it. I'm telling you, ain't nothing like that Crip D. I done said on this video and channel a whole lot, right? So, and y'all know he's probably young and Hispanic looking. That's how Jason Lee likes them. Young, curly, Hispanic looking, racially ambiguous. So I could kind of imagine and picture how he looks just off of that, right? Jason Lee says he admires Blueface and always had a crush on him. I ain't gonna lie, I did back in the way day before Chrisean came toxic and started doing all this toxic stuff. And I seen how that Crip D affected her. Then I was like, he ain't attracted no more. But back in the day, yeah. Tatiana, I was bust down. Like he was fine to me. But it's like now it's like, ooh, like he's like stank to me now. So it's like I don't get the appeal now, but like Cardi B said, I guess to him, he's appealing. Okay, no banana, he's appealing. Cardi B really thought she ate with that line. She did though. I ain't gonna lie. That's a cute line. So Jason Lee says that he questioned kind of how, like, he questioned Blueface and Rock and if she knew she was pregnant during their interview. So if you guys don't know, they did an interview when basically she had that blue on and they were drunk. I'm talking about they were every 2 seconds this drink. And then a week later, we got the pregnancy announcement. So Jason Lee had to put a disclaimer saying, hey, we did not know Sister Girl was pregnant or else they wouldn't have let her drink, smoke, and did all that type things. So Jason was basically asking her, like, hey, did you know? And then he was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know nothing about that girl. Blueface is over Chrisean. I really feel like he might go and pound her Big Debbie cakes every now and then. But anytime somebody asks him about Chrisean, it's like guy, who is that? Crip, who is that shawty? Like, it's not an acknowledgement from him in a positive way at all. And also, Jaden, do you know that tweet that she made talking about he busted somebody had her Big Debbie cakes recently? I hope that was in Blue because that's nasty. Y'all remember when she tweeted that and was saying how, you know, can she get pregnant again or something like that? And like she had a Boston cream. She said she didn't say something about a Boston cream. Basically, she had a Boston cream. I'm gonna symbolize it as that. Use your imagination, okay? I want to know though, like, Jason should have asked that. Like, how do you feel about it? Was that Blueface? Like, was that him that gave her the Boston cream? And Chrisean, if you did know you was pregnant and you was drinking and smoking like that, you should be ashamed of yourself, to be honest. Because the way that you were drinking so heavily, you're drinking Hennessy. Come on now. I really feel like she was pregnant. She was drinking and smoking throughout the whole entire pregnancy, allegedly. I really feel like that whole pregnancy, she was down in bottles left and right, off of Instagram. I'm just saying, okay? So Jaden talks about how for Journey, which is the baby that they have, the second baby that they have, the daughter, that Blueface told her to get off both birth control. And this was around the time that she was living with Carlissa and Blueface. And she said she was only 4 months pregnant. That's when Blueface started playing games. That's when, you know, Blueface started to, you know, be out and about with Chrisean. All the mess started happening. Y'all know, the arrests, all this type stuff, like the toxic stuff, the fighting in LA, so on and so forth. Jaden, 4 months pregnant, working at the restaurant, just slaving, like, oh. And meanwhile, a Crip on the loose with Chrisean acting a ruckus in West Hollywood, okay? So Blueface's standpoint on Chrisean, because mind you, they talked about Chrisean by like 30 minutes. I said, is this interview about Chrisean or is it about Jaden? Because Jaden was sitting there all uncomfortable like this with her legs crossed. No, I gotta put on the glasses because she tried to be demure with it. She was like, she stayed there with the shades and everything like that. Not gonna lie, Carlissa ate you up, Jaden. She says that if you took the glasses off, you'd be able to see your age. Just said, Jaden is not ugly, okay? Like y'all be doing too much on her. She not ugly. It's just like she does look like Stewie, though. I will say that. Like she really does look like Stewie. That's not even trying to say she ugly, but she really does look like Stewie. Okay. She said basically Blueface says that the relationship between Chrisean and Blueface and him was business. Now you know that's cap. He says it's business, and she tried to make it seem like it was more. No, it's not. This is where Blueface started to cap in the interview because no, it wasn't. It was business, but you tried, and I can tell you manipulated her into her thinking that it could be more than that, so that way you could get some twat on the side. That's all that it was. Just admit it. You sold her hopes and dreams, and you was giving her the Crip willingly. Don't act like she forcefully took it every time. No, you was giving it to her. When she threw it back, when she threw it back and said, "Yeah, nigga," you was taking it. Okay, like don't try to make it seem like we're dumb here. This is what got on my nerves. He says that Chrisean was giving him the utmost appreciation, and that's why he kind of fell for it. Mind you, the whole time Jaden looks mad uncomfortable. I was like, ugh, really, Jason Lee? Like, you could have diverted the conversation a little quicker, but it was a 30-minute Chrisean Rock, talk about the relationship. He said that Chrisean's giving utmost appreciation, and that's why he fell for her, and they started going a little bit deeper because Chrisean Rock was like, "Yeah, Daddy, I appreciate you, Daddy. I love you, please. Yeah, nigga, I'm about to get you tattooed on my twat, nigga. That's how much I love you, nigga." Okay, that's how much appreciation she was showing him, and he is, I guess, like a sucker for appreciation. Like when people show mad love to him, he kind of falls for them deeper. So that's what kind of got them locked in. But then he realized later on, he felt like she was using him. Y'all was using each other, but hey, that's besides the point. Blueface says he feels like the mom and the sister crossed the line in regards to the Rock fight because they didn't respect him, I guess, as a man. So that's where he feels like they crossed the line. And Jason Lee points out there's a difference in the interview between right now and Rock and Blue. And I agree 100%. I think Blueface's best move would to be stay with Jaden. Do not cheat on that girl. That girl is a nice girl. I think she's slightly colorist, low key on the low, but that's besides the point. But she's not a bad person. I can tell. So it's like, just give that girl and just like, you feel me? Like, settle down with the girl, because you ain't gonna find nobody else that's gonna do and deal with all the stuff that she done you don't put her through. You just not any other girl in West Hollywood, not any other girl in LA, because they're gonna use you as a trick. Okay. So Jaden, I guess soothes him. He feels like he soothes her his like crazy. And when the interview got back to Jaden, I'm glad that Jason Lee made sure that Blue talked, because he was trying to silence her. Blue, to me, I'm telling you, he's like the ultimate manipulator. Any question you don't like, he will try to silence you or diverge your opinion to agree with his. And if you're not smart enough to comprehend and take control of your wording, he will make sure to try to make you look and feel like a dummy. Like if you say your point, he's gonna say his point and make you question your point in a roundabout way. He's very good at doing that. So then she explains catching Blue, Jaden does, catching Blue and Rock effing. Okay. So apparently, the way she called them effing was, well, talking about Blue Girls Club season 1. And then another time, not effing, but like, that's when she pulled up. Okay. Remember I showed y'all that live when she was just like, hop, hop, skip, skip. When Rock, that's when she, her tooth. Right? But there was another instance where I guess Rock was slobbing on that knob, okay? And he was naked. He was just like, "You trying to suck on my lollipop? It tastes like a blueberry." Rock was like, "Yeah, nigga, I'm trying to suck on that lollipop, nigga." Yeah, daddy. And then Blueface was like, "It's big. You think you can handle it all in your mouth?" "Yeah, all right." The next thing you know, she went to slobbing. But then you heard a door jangle. So Blue gets to kind of get to worrying. He's like, "Oh my God, what's going on? What's going on?" Oh. Bam. The door opens. And it's Jaidyn Alexis. So apparently, Jaidyn Alexis, when she walked in, she was just like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And mind you, both of them is butt naked. Though Jaden's mom is downstairs. They're going to plan like a baby. They're in the process of planning, I guess, the baby shower for um, Jaden's baby, second baby, right? Next thing you know, Jaden, I guess she said she was the one that was gonna put the pause on Rock. So I guess Rock was like, "Oh my god, nigga, nah, nigga, Blue, get that bitch up out of here, nigga. Yeah, I'm eating your dick, nigga. Nah, nigga." So she was naked in that hotel room. Next thing you know, Jaden was trying to fight her. He was trying to separate them, sort of butt naked. The mom ended up coming up there and was like, "What is going on? You can't make this up." Jaden, that should have been enough for you to leave him. That's traumatic as heck. Ugh. Imagine seeing that go down. Anyways, that's when she said that was kind of like another final a nail in the coffin for Blue. She talked about Blue Girl season 1 and says how like during the first season, she didn't think the show was going to be like that, and how she didn't think that he was going to be staying overnight at the house. But he says that production was very short staffed, so he had to stay overnight. He had to, make sure extra security got hired, so the girls won't unalive each other, because it was Blue Girls Club, aka Baddies, before Baddies became Baddies. Okay, so then Jaden talked about the reason why she left him is because of that incident, but other instances as well. And then she just said at one point, she was just like, okay, so you try to be funny. I guess one night, it was one last time, she was like, if you're not going to come over tonight, sleep over tonight, guess what? I'm going to pack up all my stuff and left. This is way after Blue Girl Club season 1. So she packed up all her stuff and went to leave. Okay, got up out of there. Blueface begged and said, please come back. Please come back. On God in heaven, I'm going to treat you better. On my soul, we're going to be together. Jaden didn't believe it. So she went about her business, and she started giving him a silent treatment. She started ghosting him. That's when he felt like since she left, Rock is the number one girl. So that's when Rock became the main bitch, the bottom bitch, became numero uno. Okay. Jaden says that during this period of time, she never went with no other man. She never slept with no other man. Y'all know Jaden is sticking to the fact that she's never had any D but the Crip D. I find that a little hard to believe. I feel like she might have had a 1 or 2 moment of weakness, but she hadn't admitted it. But then again, it's like seeing her in this interview and how obedient she is to Blue. I could really believe that's the only D that she's ever had in her life. Now, I could really believe that because she is so loyal to this man. Like, that is her dude. Like, that's her nigga. And there ain't nothing changing that. It ain't nothing fake about that. Remember when Amina put down the passport or ID? I'm his wife. And ain't nothing fake about that. And then Tara said, ah! It's no, for real. Like, she really loved this man. All right? So then Jaden left. And then I guess Rock, moved in. So y'all know Jason Lee. He's so keen on this Crip thing. Loves the Crip thing. Okay, now he had a blue colored Etika underwear for the interview. That's how much he's in love with this Crip, y'all. All right. So he says how his Crip is very possessive, like Blue's Crip, and he says that Crips, I guess, intentionally are very possessive, and he sees that in Blueface. It's not even just possessive, it's more so possessive and manipulative. He has gotten this girl so mentally brainwashed and so mentally manipulated that I think she in her mind thinks he's the greatest man that's can ever take care of her in life. But it's like there's other rich niggas out there that would bag you just to even spite Blueface. I know you wouldn't want that nigga, but I'm just saying, like, don't think he's like the only guy out there. But in her mind, I really feel like she thinks that. Okay, so we get back to Rock and Blueface being Rock's manager, and he's just like, Jason asks her, he's like, hey, ask him, had Rock seen any of the money? Like, did she get any of her money? Like, did she have access to it? Because she makes it seem like you sort of manipulated her. He was just like, like, she got all the money, but like, You know what I mean? But she, this is the chains. But she spent money on like chains and anything, and I even try to, say, hey, you can you could take the money and like you could be in charge of money, but like nah, she wanted me to do it. So yeah, money. She never wanted money in her hands, and I, facilitated. I find that to be a little cap. I don't ever think that she probably ever asked to um until later on when she woke up a little bit, wanted money in her hands. I think you made it to the point where, hey, I'm your manager. We is not going to be, sharing responsibility and having money come in from you and I. Like I'm gonna be taking over all of the finances or whatever. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. Okay. I don't ever think you ever offer like, hey, you sure you don't want to be in charge of your money? No, you're possessive. You're a crap. I don't believe that. That's why I think Blueface was capping a little bit when it comes to that. All right. Also, he also mentioned how she sort of switched up, meaning Chrisean Rock. He says that Chrisean Rock started to do events on her own, and she started traveling with Zeus on her own. Did Blueface? My whole thing is, did you want to be an honorary baddie? I told y'all he was the honorary baddiest baddies West. I done told y'all. I did not say that baddies West recaps. I said Blue was the honorary baddie. All he needed was an intro. Okay, that's a baddie. That's a baddie. That's a baddie. Who a baddie? That's a baddie. That's a baddie. That's a baddie. That's a baddie. See, there was the intro right now. Like, really? What did you want her to do? Like, you wanted to be you wanted to be at the house with the bitches? Like, that to me is crazy. Like, she went at least got the bag. Like, geez. I do think though Rock has cheated on him probably a couple of times. I could see that happening, especially after this interview and some of the stuff Jason Lee revealed. I said, "Ooh, Rock, you out there?" Okay. Rock said she never wanted money in her hands and just blew to facilitate it. And Rock is not signed to MILF Music. And Jaden is, but he says that there's no paperwork. I think another point Blueface is cap. He calls it a gentleman's agreement. I call it a cap agreement. There's no way you didn't make Jaidyn Alexis sign no paperwork after what happened with Chrisean Rock and how she kind of low-key finessed you, in my opinion, with getting the fame, and now she could be on her lonely and still have the same amount of clout, if not more, if she moves smarter. But she's dumb low key, so she doesn't move that smart. So I don't think you're not gonna make Jaden sign no paperwork. You're not gonna make that mistake twice. Blueface not a dummy. That nigga's smart. So let's not do that. You're not gonna fool me. Jaden must not know what she was signing. He probably was just like, "Oh, Jaden, sign this real quick." And then Jaden's like, "What's that?" Like it's like a little like it's for like it's for like MILF. It's like Barbie. It's right there. It's like, okay, Daddy. He's like, all right. And he takes the paper. Come on now, like really, there's some paperwork. Like he'll be a fool not to, in my opinion. Because let's say a miracle happens and she wakes up and moves about her business and starts pursuing her music solo, like Rock is starting to do now. Bookie back, you gonna be a second finesse with that. So he'd be a fool not to have her sign some paperwork, in my opinion. So then they start getting into Jiggy. Now he calls her the bald bitch, the bald girl, right? And he basically says that the reason why he left Rock and left Jaden and went to Rock is because Jaden left because she got sick of it at one point. I'm like, no, you went to Rock. Jaden left because she got sick of your crap. Don't make it seem like she just gave up on you. Like he was trying to do that little victim thing. Like, come on, like, no, he was sick of your shit. So they start talking about the trouble that they had into. If y'all don't know, Jaidyn Alexis and Blueface were involved in a trouble years ago. It was him, Chrisean Rock. I said Chrisean Rock. Him, Jaidyn Alexis, and Jiggy. Jiggy is a baddie. Okay, she's a baddie. Let's take a look at Jiggy. You guys is Jiggy. Okay, so Jiggy is the girl that you see in the pink dress. Here's a picture of them being in the throuple, all kissing. Blueface was living his best life. Okay, but then it turned for the worst. Jiggy got a little comfortable. Jiggy at one point called Blueface a trick, and Jiggy does music too. Okay, she looks like Coy to me. She looks very much like Coy Leray. So I really think that's where the attraction came with Koi because she looked like a Jiggy. So I think at one point that's why I think Blueface was a little bit actively pursuing Koi, in my opinion. I hope y'all heard that music. Let me play. Let me. Hopefully y'all heard it. There she go right there because it popped up to another page. This her right there, y'all. Let me play it one more time. Let me play it one more time. Then now you wanting on this hot shit. Working, I'm headed to the top. Haters on my side, but I'm more than my eye. Ain't on my time for the bust down on the watch. See, don't she look like Coy, y'all? She was just like Coy. But now she does have a nigga. She did caption, you ain't gotta like it, but you gonna respect it. And that's on Crip. Okay. So it got kind of tumultuous because of course two girls being with a guy, a lot of the times that doesn't work. Throuple relationships like that usually not last. Okay. And she thought that, she hit a lick and Blueface was her trick. Immediately after that happened, Blueface cut her off. Blueface said he doesn't like being used, even though he was used by the No Tooth Bandit. Chrisean. So it seems like, karma got your back and you ended up getting used. All right. So this is where, and what's shady? Blueface didn't even refer to her as Jiggy. He says the bald girl, or short hair girl, something like that. I'm like, damn, like you that salty about her? It sounds like you want that old thing back. Okay. Jason Lee kind of exposes Chrisean. He says that Chrisean kind of fast because she gave her number to Jason's friend Fredo. When I'm like, oh, ah, ee. I'm not too shocked though. I think, like I said, now after looking at everything, all these years and all this stuff, I really feel like Chrisean was kind of playing around also and having her fun, but she kept it on the low low. Okay. Now Blueface doesn't believe that the baby is his. Where's Maury when you need him? He feels as if because of the play that her and the ex were doing online, he feels that it could be the ex's baby, and he wants the ex to basically take a DNA test before he does. When I'm like, you like Blueface makes his life harder than it gotta be. Just take the DNA test, because I guess the one on the show was fake, and I don't know if it was for storyline purposes, because y'all know the show is nothing but B-roll. But he doesn't believe the baby is his. He says he only got one baby mama. I think the baby is his, and he feels that if the ex takes the paternity and then and she basically rids all the other options, then he'll take a paternity test. Why? Just take it so you could just get over it. Like, oh, I don't get that. Like, that gets on my nerves. Like, you make your life way harder than it gotta be, and it ain't gotta be that hard. It really don't. It really don't. Anyways, stay tuned on that because the paternity has yet to be done. Okay. So then we get into the son, and I'm like, thank you, Jason, for bringing this up. He says, why you ask your son if it's gay or not? If he's gay or not, are you doing that for clout? My whole thing is, you can ask your son what you want. My problem with Blueface is he's hypocritical sometimes because you be doing a lot of the stuff you be saying Rock does. You do some clout hungry stuff too. You low key embarrassing this boy because you ask him if he's gay or not in front of millions of people. That's crazy to me. Kids nowadays is cruel. They bully worse than they used to do back in the day. Like real bad. Like real bad. And social media has made it even real more bad. So for you to do that to your son, to me, it was when I seen that video, it made me so mad because it's like you low key clowning this boy, and you know how kids in this generation is, and they're not gonna let off his neck, especially because his daddy is rich. They're gonna give him a hard time based off of that. And if they find out he's gay, they really gonna give him a hard time. So why would you do that and put him in that frame to be embarrassed and clown? If he is or not, it doesn't matter. Just why is it on the internet? That's my whole thing. So you can't be talking about Rock being a clown hungry person, which she is. Rock is clown hungry. I'm not denying that. But you are too, because why are you embarrassing your son? So then we dive deeper into the gay conversation, okay? This is where Blueface's wordplay goes crazy. He's like, so like, being gay is a choice. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's a choice for everyone at all. Some people are born into it without having a choice. Some people things have happened to them and it caused them for that to be sort of their lifestyle. Some people, I believe, were genuinely born that way without anything happening to them when they were small. I believe I'm one of those people. Like, I never liked the puss. No shade. I'm just saying. Okay. So Blueface thinks it's a choice. Of course, Jason doesn't think it's a choice. And he basically had to break it down because Blueface feels like it's a choice because you can prevent yourself from doing it. I'm like, you can say that. You could prevent yourself from doing gay acts, but you can't prevent yourself from thinking gay. You can't prevent yourself from, you can't choose a sexual orientation. You could prevent yourself from acting upon a sexual orientation. And that's what I think Jason Lee was trying to get across, but was having a hard time too, because Blueface, that's not his experience. He's not probably friends with a whole lot of people in the community, so he doesn't get it. Jaden herself is bi. She's a little tri. We've seen it with Jiggy, okay? So she was on Jason's side and trying to really break it down for him because he didn't really get it. I don't think Blueface is homophobic at all. Like, because he just doesn't come across as that guy. He's so like easygoing and laid back. I just feel as if he is around people that are gay, as long as they're not like on his body, I don't think he would give a crap at all. He just doesn't seem that insecure to me. A nigga like we talked about yesterday, young jock, that's an insecure type of nigga. He don't even want to be near them, which is crazy. For 250K, girl, good job. The stuff I do right now for 250K, I don't even know. Oh my God. Oh, that's life changing. Anyways, Jason Lee had to basically tell him and break it down to him. They sort of kind of agreed to disagree. But one thing that Blueface does, when he doesn't agree, like I said, he tries to shut you down, reword your words, and have you kind of questioning what you're saying. But Jason Lee was smarter than that. He didn't kind of let it work out for him. Next thing you know, they kind of agreed to disagree on it. And Jason, I think, explained it really, really perfectly and said, like, these kids nowadays, like, they're really unaliving themselves. So you really got to be careful of what you're doing. He had to explain why it's appropriate to ask somebody if it's gay in front of like a group of people. Blueface was like, why can't they make it kind of like a gang thingy to where, like, you know how gangs and stuff, they be tattooing it on them. I'm like, what are we gonna really look like? You think the people in LGBTQ lives not even hard, are already hard enough to be accepted in some spaces? You really think it's gonna be cool for us to just have gay on our forehead? Like, are you crazy? We are not William the Baddies. I'm not putting a rainbow flag nowhere on my face. Bookie right? Because that's the first thing you go think and think about me before I even talk to you. You just, oh my God, he's gay. I don't know how William the Baddies does it. Hi, Willow. He's an entertainer. Okay, shout out to William the Baddies. He's brave. Because I'm just saying. Because, baby, I just know he gets discriminated against like everywhere he goes. Because goddamn. All right. So we I didn't agree with how he kind of did the whole exposing of the hernia, but him talking about it now, it makes a lot more sense as to why he did it. Even though I feel like he should have threatened Rock before he did it. I get why he did it because Rock, to me, we've seen her be irresponsible numerous times. So I feel like if he didn't do that, she would have neglected that surgery and sort of kept pushing it back until something crazy might have happened. So as much as it was sick and it was disgusting, I get why he did it. It was still sick and disgusting though. You could have threatened her and be like, hey, if you don't, I'm finna leak this right now. So do it right. You do it next week or something, I'm finna leak it. If you don't do it by this day, I'm finna leak it. And I think that may have scared her. Right? So Blueface just kept saying that's not his baby mom. He just kept mentioning that. He's like, basically, that's not his baby. That's not his baby mom. Like, it is what it is. So then we get to Jaidyn Alexis's race. Basically, her mama black and Taiwanese, and the daddy white. But then the mama, daddy, her mama, her granddaddy is black, and her grandmama is white and Taiwanese. So there's no Mexican, at least from her family. There's no Mexican. That's what she says, basically, in a roundabout type of way. So she says that's why she says the N word. A lot of people just assume that she's Mexican. Okay. Jason Lee said a lot of people assume he's Mexican. So I'm like, a lot of people think I'm mixed with like Spanish. I'm not. Like, I'm just Haitian. Don't let the curls confuse you. Let me stop. But no, they be thinking I'm like, I'm not. We keep that. Okay, so she says that she would do baddies if the check was right. Okay. Now let me pepper Natalie. Natalie! Shout out to Natalie. I commented something. She replied back to me. I felt like a celebrity. I said, not Natalie replying back to the kid. Let me find out you an entertainer, Natalie. Okay? Because if you are, I'm gonna come back guns blazing.
But I'm gonna come back guns
blazing. No. So, do I want her on baddies? Hell yes. But here's the thing. It's only fair if she's on baddies just with Chrisean. I don't think it. Okay, her and Tasiki right now are not on good terms. But let's say they get on good terms. That's 2 against 1. Jada gonna be out on her lonely getting bop boop bop bika baka boop. And y'all seen the lumps of the bumps that Chrisean and Tasiki caused. So the last thing that we need is for Jaden to look like Quetzal. Okay? Because that's gonna be treacherous if she ends up looking like Quetzal. Bumps all over. So I would just say yes. But it would have to be Tasika would have to go. And I would say only because I don't want her, I don't think it would be right for her to get jumped. Because if you look at it from the bigger picture, Jaden really never did nothing wrong. The only thing she did wrong was be loyal to that crap. That's the only thing she did wrong. But to Rock, she really did nothing wrong to the girl. And we don't really give it a butt. So I just don't think it would be right for her to get jumped. But like I said, Tasika would have to go on like a show. Like, Zeus, y'all need to create more shows. Because it's like, y'all ain't got no shows. Damn. You feel me? So that way, Tasiki could go to like another type of a show or something like that and then leave Rock on Baddies. Because I would love to see her to see what she going to do. And then y'all know in the club appearances, she going to be performing, what's up, motherfucker? Motherfucker. 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 She would be feeling her puss. I already know she'd be feeling her puss. Okay? Apparently, they asked her to do Baddies West. But Blueface said no because the sisters was on there. And I'm like, let me eat. That boy's smart. But apparently she says in order for anything to be done, they have to go through her. They have to go through him to get to her. And then Jason's like, why? Because he's daddy or that's your business manager. She says both. That's where you falter. That's dumb. Don't let this man control your finances. It's one thing you let him control your pussy, but your finances, that's where I feel like it should be a joint partnership, Jaden. Don't be like Rock. The business stuff, make sure you keep an eye on that too. The check stuff, keep an eye on that too. I'm not saying you have to have, separate accounts or something. It could be joint, but make sure you're looking at it. I'm just saying. So she said she wouldn't do Crazy in Love season 3. Because apparently they were saying, like, what if they do a Crazy in Love season 2 and 3? Like a season 3 with, her joining Rock. And I'm like, that would be lit though. But she would never do that. Because that would be super embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie to you. Thank God she said no. So Blueface ends up going to use the bathroom, right? I would have did the same thing that Jason did. Jason goes, so like, are you okay? Why do you stay with him? It's like when somebody getting kidnapped and you think that they're getting kidnapped and the kidnapper goes and they not looking, you're like, you good, okay, are you good? He not hitting you. It was one of those. That's sad. I ain't gonna lie, that was really sad. Okay. So she says she loves him. She's like, cause I love him. Okay. And she talks about her music, and she says a lot of the music is not shade directly to rock, but she says it's the shoe fits, wear it. Okay. So then we start getting into the stabbing of things, all right? Because he returns back and says that he didn't snitch because, a Crip doesn't snitch. Ain't no Lex over here. We don't call the cops, okay? He says that, he went to go get water during the gym when the guy came and shanked him in the gym. Check out my video on Pop Culture Pierre. Videos dropping soon. We hit 1K this month. Shout out to my entertainers, okay? I'm gonna start uploading a lot more over there because it's gonna be good, okay? He says that he went to go get water after, during a break during the gym. Some girl was on the phone talking. I don't know if that girl was setting him up. And the next thing you know, the guy came in with a shank. He was just like, hey, I heard you want to fight or something like that. He tried to shank him and everything. He had to barricade him. The story just sounded wild. It was given when Soulja Boy was like, bow, 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 bow. When Soulja Boy was doing one of those stories, it was given one of those, okay? So Blueface says he didn't snitch because it's Crip rules. Even if, let's say something were to happen to his family, he can't tell. They got to get it back in blood, which makes sense when you look at it in the grander scheme of things, okay? So I guess Thunder Girl is a little right when it comes to the police thing. But I just feel like the reason why I don't agree with the Thunder Girl thing, I just feel like if she was in the same situation, she wouldn't have got it back in blood. She would have called and then got it back in blood. She would have did both. Because Thunder, to me, she was about her coin. So I think she would see the whole jumping situation as I'm finna sue the heck out of Zeus and get all of their money. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what Lex is thinking. She's not thinking, oh my God, they beat me up to the point I can't walk. She's thinking, oh my God, this is my time to get all their money from Zeus. Which anybody in that situation, y'all be thinking the same thing. All y'all in the comments thinking y'all gang, 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 girl, bye. Let Natalie slap you upside your face. See how fast you call the police on her ass. The fuck? Anyways, so we go into a new segment, Law and Order. Conspiracies of a Crip. Dun dun dun. Ba. Dun dun dun. Ba. Ba ba. Okay? So Blueface has had a lot of near-death experiences, and he breaks it all down in this interview. Okay? He talks about all these stories. At one point, he talks about this story, which to me was the craziest thing. Some Mexican cholo pulled up next to him and said, "Yo, homie, what you doing down here? Huh? What you doing down here? What gang you from, nigga? What gang you from, nigga?" Blueface is like, "I'm LA Crip." Yeah. Apparently, the guy pulled up. Boom. Okay. He already had it. The clock and the Glock rocked. He had it ready to start the shit. Okay. Y'all know how Childish Gambino leaned back and he said, so he already did that, but he was in a car. He did one of those. So Blueface was already in panic. They were in like a gas station or something like that. He said they pulled next to each other. Like he pulled right up next to him, window already down. He had it ready. So that's when Blueface was like, oh, like having conversation. He was like, oh, homie, that's that Blueface nigga. That's that Blueface nigga, homie. And he was like, yeah, Blueface. He thought that the celebrity status was save him. Okay. Where's Naj? Where's my black truck? So he thought that was going to save him. It did. Apparently, the guy started questioning him more. I guess he had the car in park and he was about to get out the car. And the next thing you know, he, I guess, wanted to see Blueface's chain. Like he started to basically rob Blueface. He's like, hey, what you got for me, homie? If not, I'm not going to let you go, homie, without this bullet up your ass. Right? So Blueface was like, I got this chain. It's not cubic zirconium, nigga. It's gold. Yeah, right? So then the guy was like, oh, is that right, homie? He grabbed it. Next thing you know, Blueface still had the car in park, so it wasn't turned off yet. He turned on drive. He said, he pressed the gas. Next thing you know, I guess due to the pressure of him pressing the gas and him holding the chain, he snatched the chain out the car. So Blueface was so angry to the point where he lost his chain that he was very angry and wanted to get it really back in blood. So he started driving back. He got on this highway accident. He jumped in a fan car. My next thing you know, he ended up getting arrested at risk. But of course, what does a Crip do? A Crip never tells. So he never told that he got basically robbed. All right. He tells a little bit of more crime stories, but that was like the biggest, more dramatic one. So that was stories of a Crip. Okay. Next, we get to basically Megan. So he does the Megan Thee Stallion admission, which kind of bothered Jaidyn Alexis. Now, Jaidyn Alexis was getting hot in the pants over that. She was just like, yeah, nigga. What was that, Jason? Bitch. Don't touch me. I was like, oh, you better have that contract signed, Blueface, because I'm telling you, if she ever moves on, she gonna do you worse than Chrisean. Because the girl she's nice. You could tell she's a likable person. So, Bookie Butt, be careful. Okay? Be careful. All right? So he says, oh, Blueface, I forgot which question Jason asked him, and then he basically admits that Megan did slap on and all. I believe it 100%. A lot of you guys don't believe it just because it's Blueface. Y'all gotta think this happened years ago, before a Chrisean Rock started acting like Chrisean Rock. This happened right. I think this happened right after Blue Girls Club season 1. So like we didn't know Rock was fucking insane how she was now, and we didn't know Blueface was a piece of shit like we do now. Not a piece of shit, but y'all know what I mean. We didn't know he's manipulative like that. You get what I'm saying? So at that point, he still had a good limelight. So why wouldn't y'all think she would do that when he was one of the hottest rappers out? Because Tatiana was still kind of buzzing around. He had other tracks out that was buzzing around. He didn't have the worst light in the media. He was hot back then. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, the Crip looked good, right? Megan had just went through a traumatic time in her life. She lost her mother. She lost all these people in her life. Her friends just betrayed her. She got pop out in the foot. Sometimes people are vulnerable and vulnerable moments happen. So I believe in that vulnerable moment, she slobbed on that off. That's why I think that. Y'all thinking Blueface now, like it happened like 2 months ago. No, this happened years ago. This is right before the pandemic hit, for real, for real. So y'all got to think in that mind frame. That's why I believe that. A lot of y'all was like, oh my God, Pierre, I'm usually agreeing with you. Y'all know I'm going to tell the truth whether y'all like it or not. I think she did it. Sorry. Okay. So then, even though it was years ago, Jaidyn was, she even moved away. She cocked her booty. That BBL was a lesson. I said, ooh, she's hot in her pants. Was it Chrisean's pants? Because apparently they say you try to squeeze your BBL in Chrisean's pants. I don't think that's true though, but they are the same pants. They play Smash and Pass. Oh, this is the thing that Jaden ate too. He was like, it happened years ago, Jaden. It happened years ago. Jaden goes, well, my clock, my Rolex doesn't tell time. So what's up? I said, she got the attitude of an Ice Spice. Who you playing with? So they play Smash or Pass. Suki, Jaden smashes, Blue passes. Keke Palmer, Jaden passes because Keke Palmer supported Rock once upon a time, so she wasn't really having it with Keke Palmer. Blueface, smash. Okay, well he passed because he went along with her. Britney Spears, they both passed. They said the low hanging panties kind of turned them off. Okay, and I guess the knife routine. Natalie Nunn, they say smash. Ooh, Now Lena's probably watching that interview like, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. But we could baddie shot a clock. We could get to the bag. Nally not going to do that with you, Blue. Mm-mm. I don't know. I don't know about that. But I get why the Jacob thing. Because so, Glorilla. Jaden says smash. Blueface says pass. But only if Jaden would be quiet, because y'all know if only if Glorilla would be quiet, because y'all know Glorilla be make us talking shit like that, throw it back on the Crip. So, you know, I guess that's too deep for Jaden. Sexy Red. They both pass. Larsa Pippen. They say smash, but she old. Lotto, they both said super smash. Let me tell you something. You better be careful if Lotto ever gets around Blueface Jaidyn, because baby, he wants them Debbie cakes. He wants them Debbie cakes hard. Koi, they said smash. Of course they do, because she looks like Jiggy. Ice Spice, Jaden says yes. Blueface says no, because she's average looking. I'm like, I know Ice Spice looking at it like, this stupid bitch. Lizzo, Jaden says pass. Blueface says yes. He wants them big Debbie cakes. Kind of in the interview with asking her a couple more questions, you know, she says them calling her Stewie doesn't really bother her because she feels like, you know, it is what it is when it comes to that. This interview was actually really, really good. I think that Jason asked all the right questions that we needed to know. There was a couple things that I think he could have honed in on when it comes to Rock, and kind of having him tell a lot more truths when it comes to Rock, especially dealing with a lot of what happened on the shows and also a lot of the stuff that happened on the media as well. Okay. All right. To No Jumper. So we get to No Jumper. No Jumper, you guys. It was kind of a lot of the same things, but they did ask some new stuff. So one of the things she clarified is she says she writes most of her raps. I think that's a little bit of cap. I think he helps write a good amount of them, in my opinion. So there was one point in No Jumper interview, Blueface goes and he uses the bathroom. Adam goes, "Are you okay?" This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is what I mean with, like, when he leaves, it's kind of like, oh my God, like, are you good? Like a kidnap victim. That's what it gives. Because he's like over her. All right. So Adam says, does it make him sassy when he gives you certain lyrics? In my opinion, it's not sassy for him, because you got to think in a girl's mind frame when you're writing for a girl. Any songwriter knows that. I'm telling you, I'll be a sickening songwriter, Buki. But telling you, Lil Yachty did the whole verse to Act Up. That's sassy. But then he does paint his fingernails. That's a bad example. Okay. What's his name? Young Bird. Hitmaker. He writes some verses for girls. That doesn't make him sassy. But then he does hit girls. Damn, I can't think of I give up. Okay, fine. Okay, so they asked about the booty pic, about basically Carlissa showing her big Debbie case with her. Which she it was the tongue out for me. It had nothing to do with the booty. It was the okay. She says that she doesn't think it was an accident, and that she doesn't keep in contact with Carlissa anymore, and that she's crazy and clout ridden. That is why Carlissa did that recent video that I dropped and read her to filth. Says that she's old looking, and she knew that she was going to be old looking, and that she's right on track to be the old bitch that she's looking like. Okay? When I tell y'all Carlissa went in on that lady, she left nothing left unsaid.
She can't count. Why I need to come? Oh, I already bought the restaurant, Mom. It's already done. You gotta come. No appreciation whatsoever. No fucking appreciation whatsoever. That me and my husband stopped our plans. Stopped what we was doing. Had just got there from Ohio. We've been in our house from Ohio maybe 6 months. Then your motherfucking ass called because you sitting around here with this weird body back bitch who can't fucking count. Talking about come help you. You bought a restaurant. Nigga, all the people you know and all the money you got. You can't get somebody else to do it. You couldn't get her mama to do it. She had a sister. Another motherfucker who probably can't count. Her mama, you couldn't have none of them do it. I'm all the way in Las Vegas, just moved into my house. I'm just getting comfortable. Oh, mama, you gotta come help me. I bought a restaurant. You know what I've decided? They just gonna be ungrateful, and this the way they gonna go out. They ungrateful motherfuckers to their core. Ungrateful. Who buys a restaurant and then say come? We were supposed to talk about it first, and then I was gonna give you some arrangements. No, I already bought it. I'm rolling. It's already done. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go in here, read all the paperwork, get all the shit done. But it's cool though. You go on down the road with the motherfucking maid, okay? Don't call me about shit. I don't want to hear about shit. Don't bring up my name and shit. You motherfuckers ain't shit, okay? The interview was whack and fucking boring, and it was fucking ridiculous. It was all fucking lies. That motherfucker would just take and punch my son in the face just like Rock. Just punch him in the face right at the fucking restaurant. Don't fucking try that shit. You motherfuckers is liars. Okay, so stop lying. Tell the truth. I had enough. You motherfuckers could have got on there and just like you was trying not to bring up Rock's name, that's what that dumb motherfucker should have said about my name. He should have said, don't bring my mama name up. She had enough already when I just got done getting ran over by the Power Ranger bitch. She had enough already with this motherfucking shit. That's what you should have said. I was wrong the last time, and I might be wrong this time, and my mama might know some shit that I don't know. That's what you should have said. Now, don't bring my...
Okay, so those were a little bit of words from Miss Carlissa. Okay, make sure y'all watch that full video on Ever Entertainment. Okay, so they talk a little bit about the shooting that Blueface was arrested for in this video, a lot more than they did with Jason Lee. I will say what the difference between Jason Lee and what Adam did, Adam was a lot more personable when it came to Jaden than Jason was. He seemed like a lot more genuine in getting to know her personally than Jason was. Jason was just here for the mess, which we were too, but it seemed like a lot of the questions had a lot to do with Blue and Jaden. And when it came to Adam, especially when Blueface left, a lot of the questions were pertained to just Jaden, which was nice to hear her sort of talk on her own without Blueface sort of being there. The thing that I didn't like her saying in this episode with Adam 22, she's like, oh, it's giving ghetto. Girl, stop. Shut up. Stop saying that. So, of course, Carlissa was brought up. He says that she's not in contact with her, blocked, all of that type stuff. Blueface says that streamer Neon, he can say the N-word. He feels like Indians are niggas. He kept bringing up this Indian giver term, which has nothing to do with the actual, like, Blueface so ignorant, it's not even funny. Okay? Blueface says something right about black people. He does say something about like us being like a crabs in a bucket, which like I agree with 100%. He basically says that like all us black people, like we all have that mentality that like it's only one person that could kind of, you know, be at the top. And he talks a little bit about the setup. So he talks about how like Rock set him up after the whole Blue Girls Club situation and her tooth getting knocked out, which he says that he kind of understands because if something like that would happen, he would do something evil like that too. Okay. And that was some of the stuff that was kind of different from the Jason Lee interview in regards to the Adam 22 interview. So in the Adam 22 interview, they did talk a little bit about the pregnancy with Rock, and you know, Jaden basically says she doesn't comment on other people's like mothering other people's kids because she says no other bitch can do that for her. But she says that, you know, she wasn't ever smoking in her fourth or third trimester while she was pregnant. So she didn't agree that Rock could do that. Adam did a great job. I think Jason did a great job as well to get that much answers out of them. And I think it shows us how much Rock causes so much like confusion and aggravation and causes people not to get an answer. So thank God for that. Okay. Let me know what you guys think down below about this interview. Both of them, if you guys watch both of them, if you guys watch Jason's interview, let me know if you guys watch Adam's interview. Leave your comments down below and we're out, babies.
No personal thing.